HQ presents The Price by Darren O'Sullivan, read by James Dryden and Emma Swan. Prologue, 26th of July 2023. George. The high-pitched alarm screeched above the sound of falling rain. Its shrill, piercing noise made it difficult to hear any movement coming from inside the building, but I knew he was there, somewhere. The side door to the garage was smashed open, and the shards of glass scattered over the floor shimmered in the reflection of the streetlights. He was there. He was inside, and he would have to come out through the broken door I was standing next to. I just had to be patient and wait for him to make a run for it. He would come to me, and I would use the cover of night to surprise him. However, even knowing I had the advantage, I was nervous. He was proving to be slippery, resourceful. If I screwed this up, I knew I'd likely not get another chance. If I fucked this up, I might get hurt, or worse. Forcing myself to steady my breathing in the hope it would lower my heart rate, calm me, and stop me from acting on impulse, I stepped back against a wall 10 or so feet from the door and pressed myself against it, feeling safe in the knowledge that no one could sneak up on me. I looked into the building, trying to make out any movement in the darkness, hoping I wasn't mistaken in the belief he was still inside. For too long I had wanted this man. He represented the keystone to bringing down Henry Mantel, the man who had caused so much pain and suffering, the man I had fought to bring to justice for over a year. Right now, Mantel's associate didn't know I was here, waiting. Finally, I had the upper hand. Just as I began to doubt myself, I heard a noise coming from inside the garage. It was nothing more than a shuffle, but it was enough. Moments later, I saw movement, and the surge of adrenaline flooded from my stomach into my arms, legs, head, readying my muscles for a fight. For so long I had wanted to find a way to Mantel, and the person who was the crucial link to enable an arrest was about to step out of a crime scene in front of me. As a police officer, I didn't often feel on edge, but as I waited, I struggled to contain my nerves. The man, the thief, climbed through the broken door and out into the rain. I sprang out of my concealed spot and tried to grab him, though he twisted out of my grip and began to run. I had to stop him escaping. "Stop! Police!" I shouted, stepping out into the light blocking his way. The man looked back, his face obscured by a baseball cap and a shroud of mist from the pouring rain. "I said stop!" I shouted, giving chase. But the man kept running, and he was fast, the distance between us continuing to grow. In a straight sprint, I wouldn't stand a chance, but this was no ordinary race. I'd been to this garage many times, and I knew that the thief was heading towards a dead end, a self-made trap. I would catch him, arrest him, and finally I'd have Henry Mantel for his crimes. For too long, Mantel had been one step ahead. For too long, he'd acted like he was untouchable. But not anymore. Once I had the thief in custody, the truth would spill about Mantel and the robberies, the drugs, and more recently, the murders he had committed. Who this guy was, beyond a thief, I didn't care. I only needed him as leverage, to land the bigger fish. Although the wall behind the building did form a dead end, I knew the man would likely be able to scale it, but to do so, he would have to slow down. I'd gain a crucial few seconds to close the gap, grab him and drag him to the ground. This man, this thief, was the key to it all. Every single crime, every single death. Soon I would finally have my answers. Soon it would all be over.
16th of July, 2023. 10 days earlier. Chapter 1. Clara. Every morning, just as I woke, for the briefest of moments, I would forget that my daughter had cancer. Then, as I remembered the sickness and tests and treatments, the pain would hit me and break my heart all over again, like it was the very first time. Today was no different. As the pain settled into the continuous gnaw in my gut that
Sample complete. Ready to continue?